Welcome to the Supplier view. In this video, we'll take you through your dashboard and the process of managing your service requests. First things first, you'll receive an email with the details of a new service request. When you click on the link from the email, you'll be taken to your dashboard. Here you can see a list of the services that you've been invited to deliver. I'd recommend bookmarking this link so you can come back to it easily at any time. Each purchase order line is a service for a client. The purchase order number is important and needs to be added to your accounting systems and quoted on your invoice. The member column is the client's name. For this video, our client is Test User. The items column tells us how many visits need to be delivered, as the job total column gives us a total value for the service. The status column tells you where you're up to in the service request process. The ticket column has a view button, which is where you can see the service details and communicate with Provida. Up the top, over here on the left, you can use filters to search through and view your services. Over on the right, the cogwheel is settings, where you can find your supplier code. I'll come back to this in a minute. So we've received an email to notify us that we have a new purchase order to action. We're in our dashboard and we can see the most recent purchase order in the first line with status awaiting your acceptance. We're going to click View. In a new window, you can see the delivery area and the visit scheduled with your rate and the service details. If the details are correct and this is a service you can deliver, you can click Accept Job, which will notify Provida, who will confirm things on their end with the client, and then send your final confirmation that services can be delivered. If you want to decline the service, scroll down to the bottom of this page, please click Decline Job, and the process ends there. If you can deliver, but not at the requested time, you can use the correspondence section further down the page to communicate with us. Once you've typed your message, click Send Message. Provida will reply, and then you can accept the job. As I said before, Provida will finalise the service on their end, and then the status will change to Job Confirmed, meaning the service can commence according to the schedule. If you'd like to communicate with us at any time about this service, you can always navigate back to the purchase order and use the correspondence section to chat with us. Now that the service is going ahead, there is a couple of things we need to do so our care worker can complete the visit. Let's go back into the purchase order. Click View in the ticket column. Once the new window has loaded, scroll down to the correspondence section, and we're looking for a message called Checkout Link. This message has the link to the visits that the care worker needs to check in and check out of the visit. They can also leave notes for the client and for Provida. You'll need to copy and paste the link and add it to the visit information in your system for your care worker to use at the client's home during the visit. You will also need to add the supplier code I mentioned earlier. This can be found in the settings from your dashboard. Hover your mouse over the This Link hyperlink and right-click. Select Copy Link Address and then paste it into your system along with the supplier code. Now let's have a look at what the care worker needs to do at the visit. From their phone, they'll click the link you gave them earlier and be prompted to enter the supplier code. This is an extra layer of security. They also need to enter their name. Click Verify. Next, they'll select the visit they're delivering and click the Check-in button at the start of the visit. Don't worry if they accidentally close this page on their phones. They can always come back to it by clicking the link again. Once they're done, they need to leave notes and then click Checkout. The first note box is visible to the client. The second note box is only visible to Provida. Provida will follow up any concerns mentioned in these notes. I'd like to just take a moment here to mention that if there is an emergency, please follow your normal emergency processes and call Provida as soon as is practical. The last thing I want to show is a little bit about invoicing. I'm just going to navigate to another purchase order that I prepared earlier. Once you emailed us your invoice, the Lookout Way will match your invoice lines to the visits in the purchase order, which is why it's important to quote the purchase order. In this purchase order, you can see that we have received and successfully matched 3 of the 4 visits to an invoice. If an invoice doesn't match, you'll receive an email asking you to check your invoice and then email it through again. If you're still having trouble getting your invoice to match, please call Provida to work through it. If you have any questions, please email us at serviceprovider@provida.com.au. Thank you.